Hey everyone, it's Kevin from Quiet Ego. Just wanted to bring up a quick little game I found on itch.io called Panic Room. Fun little platformer arcade game where you are a skeleton trying to collect coins and avoid obstacles in a singular room. A couple of little things that I thought were very fun about the game, and then I was going to kind of give just a few critiques at the end here. But basically, the character movement is solid. I think the sound cues work really well. They do a good job of kind of indicating what is about to pop up. And I like the randomized obstacles that actually start progressing through this room. So what I mean by randomized is that in this, one round, you're going to have a spike kind of pop up on the top left, or another one on the top right, or a variation of any which way, and again, random. And the next round, when you die and play again, that it will be completely different. And then, a platform on the bottom or a section of the platform will drop down and creating a new obstacle to deal with. And then fireballs start coming up from the ground. And all that is very randomized and actually a lot of fun. So you play one round and then the next round you play will be kind of, feel a little different. You'll have to avoid certain parts of the map in this round, and then in the next round, avoid a different part of the map. And so it kind of creates a little, I think, a fun dynamic there, or definitely gives a little bit of replayability. So I thought that was cool. I like the way that the map is actually laid out in that, as you can see, these two platforms on the top, two platforms on the bottom, on the sides, and then one in the center. I thought that they did a really good job where your character can actually go from the top platform to the center platform without having to jump. And then likewise from the center platform to one of the bottom platforms there without having to jump. So it actually, for me, kind of helped me get into a flow state with it where I'm kind of jumping around and I don't have to jump as much, which I think for a platformer can kind of get a little much, honestly, where you're just jumping all over the place or having to pound the jump button. That kind of gets obnoxious. So it kind of helps, like when you go to the top of the map, knowing you can kind of cascade down. I thought that was really fun. So one other thing was I like how the obstacles stay in the same spot throughout the round. So you'll see that they pop up here and then pop up there, and then that those parts of the map you kind of have to now be careful of. And then obviously it gets a little bit harder as the game progresses, because then another spike comes out here. This part of the platform is gone now, or the ground, and then there's a fireball that comes up here, but the fireball will always come up there. So it kind of gradually progresses and makes it harder, but it's not so random. You can very much learn how that map is going to, or that round is going to play out. And so again, with that in combination with the randomized obstacles round to round, I think it creates a surprising amount of replayability that I definitely enjoyed. And then quickly, just a few critiques I found, the things that could definitely be improved on. I felt like the first round took a little bit too long to get through. Obviously, there's only one coin at one time. You have to get that coin and then go. So sometimes when there's a spike, you can't prioritize a different coin because there's only one coin up and you have to get that one before. So if it's kind of near a spike, you have to sit there and wait. And it just took a little too long. I think it could have been taken down maybe 20 to 30 seconds or so. You kind of get into, once the other coins pop up, there's like 3 coins at a time. It becomes a totally different game and it's much more fast paced. And I think we could have gotten into that a little bit quicker. And the other critique is actually just that I really wish there was controller support for a game like this. I have a really tough time playing a platformer really well when I have to, have my hands on the keyboard and using the control keys, the arrow keys, and the Z button to jump. That's just not, conducive for me playing a platformer really well. I can kind of get by with it, obviously, but to actually play the game a little bit more seriously and kind of feel like I can get better and improve and play for a longer time, I would definitely need a controller. But that's about it, honestly. This is a very solid game, especially for $1. I would definitely recommend checking it out, and I do hope that they put in a controller feature because I'd actually play a lot more of the game. It's a very simple, fun game. Definitely recommend checking it out. I'm going to put the link to the itch.io page in the description. And yeah, I recommend checking it out.